So I'm gonna attempt to make a video, even though I probably shouldn't. I don't know. I'm in McDonald's, so music is on. That's why I'm like, I probably shouldn't. I haven't been making videos. Look at, well, my skin's been bad, but look at me. I've been feeling ill for like a couple weeks. Everything's gone wrong. I'm always saying I don't know what's gonna happen to me. I'm too tired now. I've been too tired for about a year. There's been a person in my life making everything worse than it was before, and I was barely hanging on. Now I'm not really hanging on anymore. Um, Financial reasons, but also I was never, because of financial reasons, I wasn't able to fix the things I need to fix. I wasn't able to do the things I have to do. So at any point, I could end up basically losing everything, you know? And I try to be cool about it. I try to go about my life. I try to, as they say, raise my vibration or keep my vibration high. Because I know it works. I know that to a certain degree, like you manifest things, and I'm not trying to manifest bad things. But I would look out in the world and I see where I was saying, I don't know what's going to happen to me 7 years ago, when my mom died. And it's weird because I'm kind of like in the same situational vibe that I was then. You would have thought I would have been able to improve my situation or whatever, but I wasn't. Um, and in that time, people have caught up to me. COVID ruined everyone's lives, the people who didn't profit from it. And like I said, I watch videos of people who are young and spry and they have two jobs and they're living in their car. I see these compilation videos of TikToks where people are saying that they give up, they're done with it, they're done with the system, and I don't blame them, but what are we going to change it to? Now, okay, so I never wanted to get assistance. I never wanted to be that kind of person. My life, for whatever reason, I have felt like the universe has kept me away from money by keeping me away from a job. I will say it a million times over. I have a part-time job now. I hoped that would turn into something better. It hasn't. Things have gotten worse. Like I said, I thought maybe I was deemed unhireable. Maybe the jobs that are available for a long time, maybe people thought I was overqualified for because I went to a college degree. I don't know. I don't know. But a lot of people caught up to me in terms of their life sucking and being practically destitute. Um, so I had food stamps. I had to get them because after my mother died and everything was in probate, then COVID happened. I couldn't, just go to McDonald's with what little money I had, which I didn't have any. I had it, I've said before how I probably wouldn't have survived without those stimulus checks from COVID. But then, like I said, I've had this job, but then I had the food stamps. At one point, they took some away because I was supposedly making too much. Okay, now the president who I said, I don't think that's him, that's not the same guy. I've explained all that before. For whatever reason, they did something to him, or I don't know, they manipulated him, or he's not the same person, literally. But this thing of forcing people who are of a certain age to work X amount of hours a week, I'd love to. I'd love to have a regular job. And I've said for many years, people think you can just go get a job off the job tree. That's not how life is. But I want to explain something. The reason I'm making this video really is because yesterday I was reading about how they're going to get rid of like Medicare and Mass Health for the same people who are losing their food stamps. I already lost them because I don't work that many hours. That's not my choice. I have limitations. I have situations that don't allow. If I had a nice normal job where you go in, you do your job, and the thing is, I'm not stupid. I don't not have skills. There's gatekeeping. There's that people just get jobs for their friends. There's all this stuff that is in the world right now that people who aren't in that situation don't understand. And then you see videos of these young, spry kids, probably out of college in the last 5 years, not being able to find a job. But that just happened to happen to me 25 years ago, where it's happening to everybody now. And they don't believe you. People think you're making it up or whatever. You're not trying hard. Go get a job. Okay. So that was the point of MAGA, and that's why I'm bringing up President Trump, because I'm reading how they're going to, the same people who lost their food stamps are going to lose Medicaid because they're not working enough hours. It's about hours. It's not about how much you make. It's about hours. So they think you should be working more. The whole point of Make America Great Again was to bring back what? Jobs. What kind of jobs? Manufacturing jobs. People, my mother's generation, people's grandmothers, whatever people. My mother was like, probably went to work in like around 1950 or before that. They all, her and her siblings all went down to a factory, got hired, had a job. They didn't have to write resumes, they didn't have to have references, they didn't have to have a connection. The